Have you ever caught yourself lying in bed, replaying a conversation that never actually happened, or imagining a perfect moment that feels almost real? You're not alone. In fact, you might be doing something your brain relies on more than you realize, and what it reveals about you might completely change how you see yourself. And most people never question it. Most people would say this habit is just overthinking, maybe even a little strange. They'll tell you to stop living in your head and focus on reality instead. But what if that's missing the point entirely? What if these imagined scenarios aren't random at all, but signals? Your mind trying to process, prepare, and protect you in ways you don't consciously notice. The truth is, far more people do this than admit it. They just don't talk about it. And once you start paying attention, you realize this quiet mental habit might actually be shaping how you feel, react, and connect every single day. Imagine this. You're about to see someone who once said something that stuck with you. On the surface, it's just another normal interaction. But in your head, you've already replayed it 10 different ways. In one version, you finally say exactly what you wish you had said before. In another, they understand you perfectly. Your heart even races a little, as if it's actually happening. And for a moment, it feels real, like you've lived through it already. Then reality hits, and nothing goes that way. Still, those imagined moments linger, shaping how you show up, what you expect, and what you feel. So what's actually happening here? At its core, your brain is engaging in something called mental simulation. It's essentially running practice scenarios, like rehearsing conversations, outcomes, or emotional situations before they happen. This isn't random. Your mind is trying to prepare you, reduce uncertainty, and help you feel a sense of control in unpredictable situations. At the same time, these imagined moments act as a form of emotional processing. If something felt unresolved, uncomfortable, or meaningful, your brain keeps working on it in the background, using these scenarios to explore different outcomes. It's almost like your mind is asking, what would feel right? What would make this make sense? There's also a deeper layer, control. When real life feels uncertain, your imagination becomes a space where things unfold the way you want. You get to rewrite endings, adjust reactions, and regain a sense of stability. Most people don't realize this habit can quietly shape their confidence, decisions, and even relationships. And in many ways, it's closely tied to creativity, the same ability that lets you imagine different versions of reality. Not everyone experiences life this way. Some people move through moments as they happen, reacting in real time without replaying or pre-living them. They might not understand why you've already thought through 10 versions of a single conversation. But that's the difference. You don't just experience moments, you anticipate them. Often, this shows up more in introspective personalities, deep thinkers, or those who've learned to read emotional cues closely. While others rely on instinct, you rely on reflection. You've already explored the possible outcomes before they even begin, which makes your inner world richer, but sometimes heavier to carry. But here's the part most people overlook. This habit isn't just overthinking, it's a quiet strength. When you imagine different scenarios, you're actually preparing yourself for real-life situations.
Exactly.
You tend to communicate more thoughtfully because you've already considered multiple perspectives. It also builds empathy because you naturally imagine how others might feel or respond. And creatively, this is powerful. You're able to see possibilities others miss. In a way, you don't just live one version of life, you explore many. That depth can make you more self-aware, more emotionally intelligent, and surprisingly resilient when real moments finally arrive. But there's another side to this. When your mind keeps running scenarios, it can pull you into overthinking loops that are hard to escape. You might start expecting outcomes that never happen, or feel emotions tied to situations that aren't even real. Over time, that can become exhausting. The same imagination that protects you can also overwhelm you if it goes unchecked. It's not a flaw though. It just means your mind is active, sensitive, and constantly trying to make sense of things. So take a moment and ask yourself, what kind of scenarios do you imagine most, and what might they be trying to tell you? Your mind isn't broken. It's exploring, preparing, and helping you understand your world. Share your experiences in the comments. You might be surprised how many others feel the same way. And don't miss the next video, where we'll dive into how habits like this secretly shape your decisions and daily life. There's a lot more to uncover. Thanks for watching.